cheap sensors are generative and therefore disruptive. So if you can observe where everyone is from their cell phone, if you can observe how people's blood pressure responds to an encounter in the office, if you could potentially rate people's emails the way you rate a book on Amazon and see your own rating rising and falling and close various feedback loops, I think that creates all kinds of possibilities. If corporations are not just institutions, are subject to continuous, almost universal feedback, we will get a level of adaptation that we haven't seen before. So openmarkup.com is started by the Sunlight Foundation, and it says when a congressional staff drafts a bill, that bill goes up on a website, and instantly everybody interested in that subject is marking up the bill. Not just some highly paid lobbyists, but people on both sides of the issue. So put out a new product in the technology space, that already happens because wired people are accustomed to giving that kind of feedback. But for feedback to become universal, I think is very disruptive, because it means we can't assume anything for very long because we have data that's better than our assumptions. That almost forces greater transparency on the positive side, because we will be capable of tracking people's activities. So we need to be tracking the activities of those who would do us harm. So I think transparency is the only answer to protecting, if not our privacy in the conventional sense, our integrity, so that people can't steal our identities, mess with our bank accounts, etc. So I think we are forced toward a more transparent world, whether we want it or not. It will create some unexpected things in terms of discoverability and privacy. Imagine that sort of like a cell phone, you are given by an operating company a device to put in your bathroom. And that device takes readings of your vital signs and blood chemistry and stool chemistry and things like that. And the deal is, we'll give you this thing for free if you use it 200 times a year. So what happens when you use it? The data goes to a Quicken-like piece of client software through the network in your home, because the people who are going to say yes to this offer are all those kinds of people who have networks in their home to begin with. So what do you get? You get baseline on your health that isn't only taken when you're sick, so that you see your vital signs drifting. So when a doctor tests something for you, and it's, maybe it's 2% different from the population norm, but it's 20% different from your norm, so there's information there. So you get better medical care. The offerer gets all this data, presumably anonymized to a degree. But now you have a variety of things. You have epidemiological data, and you also have the ability to, for good and ill, identify people in a medical segmentation. So perhaps you'll put your DNA into this client software, and this will be correlating your vital signs and your DNA with new medical research. Which of course could lead to you being solicited for clinical trials or buy this drug or whatever, but can also lead to your having a much better ability to manage your own health.